Here we see Mr. Hayden Speckhardt with Professor Nels Larson and Professor Alan Gatto from Jukow. Hayden very calm. Again, Hayden is a Cage Wars veteran. You know, he's training with these guys and girls who are fighting. He's been in this position many times. He's not at all unnerved by, you know, the whole process.
Now let me ask you this. As somebody who's done this, you've entered the cage yourself. He doesn't look like he's lathered up at all. He looks bone dry.
Well, you can't lather up anymore. Back in the day, coaches used to lather their guys up in different stuff. Now you can't. You can't put any sort of gel on. There was a fighter in the back that even put some sort of an icy hot on. They couldn't do that.
But I just mean, too, in terms of getting a bit of a sweat going and stuff. And he does look dry, which...
Well, you know, and he doesn't sweat a lot as it is. I remember when he was training, you know, he's just one of those little guys.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a big hog like some of us. You know, there's no doubt he's nice and warmed up back there, but, you know, I mean, he's very calm, and you're right. He
is just, he literally looks like he just walked off a blackjack table.
He might have.
I don't think he did.
No, we joke. Like we talked about, the sanctioning body actually doesn't let the fighters out of their sight once they're checked in.
And I don't mean that in terms of his actual physical appearance. I'm just saying that in terms of he just appears to be quite dry.
And now if you notice, Nels Larson, his coach there, is putting the Vaseline around the eyes. Back in the day, they used to put it on the head, all over the face. Now, the sanctioning body only allows you to almost imagine yourself like a raccoon. You're only able to put that Vaseline where a raccoon spot would be around his eyes. And that's to kind of help stop unnecessary cuts along the orbital bone, the eyes, that sort of a thing.
Well, you're right. They would glob that stuff on in between rounds.
I used to work with a guy where, he shall remain nameless, but his thing was he used to put Vaseline on his fighters on the back and on the chest, all these different things. And if the ref didn't catch it, oh well. And if the ref caught it, oh well.
Right.
You know, again, this is over a decade ago, folks, but...
Yeah, but without any real consequences, why wouldn't you? To make your fighters slippery.
That's what he used to say. You know, I'm not going to get in trouble. They'll just wipe him off. All right, Hayden Speckhardt has entered the cage from Team Jukow. Now we were waiting on Mr. Damian Carey from Brian Bury Jiu-Jitsu. And there's one thing that if Brian Bury's going to corner you, you're ready. He's not going to come out with you, and he's not going to let you fight as a coach unless you're ready. So, again, that makes me more excited to see Damian compete right now.
And you were saying that this is his first time entering the cage
with
Brian
Bury Jiu-Jitsu, yes. He was kind of in a secular group with his father and his brother, which is cool. You want to be able to do that stuff with your family. But at the same time, if you want to compete, and there's levels to this, you've got to put yourself in the right position around the right people that's going to allow you to grow and elevate yourself through the process. He's nice and calm as well. You know, if anything I could say with Damian's last fight is he was almost a little bit too amped up. Now he's nice and calm, and I really think, again, that lends to his training and being around those guys.
Well, you see the experience and the confidence in Brian Bury, who's standing behind him, and this is a guy that knows his way around a cage, knows his way around fighters. And maybe you're already seeing the fruits of the benefits of working with him pay off already.
I agree. I 100% agree with that statement, and that's what makes me so excited to see this young man compete right now.
Well, he does look awfully calm.
Much more calm than I've ever seen him. But again, you see the guys behind him. Justin Morris just competed. Thor is back there. You know, I mean, they got a bunch of guys out there. And even though it's a one-on-one sport, you carry your teammates with you. Those training sessions, those rounds, they come in the cage with you.
It is a brotherhood. It's a fraternity. It's a love. And he's starting to get ramped up now. He kind of, you could see he's taking off his shirt, and you could tell he had that eye of the tiger.
And see, there you go. So his father is still involved. His father's behind him. So there's some cross-training going on there. But again, he's repping Brian Bury Jiu-Jitsu, so you know he's getting training in at Bury's.
Well, listen, I mean, the only way that you're going to grow in any aspect of life is to kind of understand where your weaknesses are and who can you lean on for those improvements. So it's a credit to him. And it may have come after his last loss, figuring out, like, okay, if I'm going to take that leap, these are the areas I need to improve on.
Yes, 100%. And he's excited. He's happy to get in there.
Well, now you got me pumped up for this one. As if I didn't need to get any more pumped up. But
all right, yeah, he's definitely amped up now, bouncing back and forth. We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on with the card for Cage Wars 52. Our next fight scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds is in our flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday 125.2 pounds. Representing Team Chicago out of Scotia, New York, Hayden Speckhardt.
Hayden's got a pop. He's definitely got some fans here tonight.
Sure does.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in yesterday 124.6 pounds. Representing Brian Bury, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out of Watervliet, New York, Damian Carey. And the man in charge of the action when that door closes is Dan Mergliata.
I'm excited for this one.
So am I. This really can go
really
either
am.
way.
This feels like a complete toss-up, complete 50-50. Both guys evenly matched size-wise, perhaps skill-wise. We're about to find out.
I will say that I would give Hayden the edge when it comes to overall striking because he's comfortable using his hands and his feet, as you can see with that leg kick,
Very
head
comfortable.
kick.
Yep.
He's very composed. But Damian's a tough kid, and as we talked about before, he loves to throw them heavy hands.
Yeah, he's coming at it from all different angles. A lot of leg kicks early.
And when I was working with Hayden, I noticed he loved those combinations that involve those low kicks.
Oh, that was a big left.
Nice right hand to follow it. Good job by Damian coming into the pressure. The key is to find the calm in the chaos. That's what he did.
Oh, he's got to get this fight down to the ground because he took 2 big shots early.
Hayden's putting the pressure, getting his head below Damian's. Damian trying to power out of that. Now, the last place he wants to be, though, is with his back on the cage. Oh, he already got some blood coming out of Damian's nose.
Boy, Damian looks like an absolute warrior. He was almost motioning to bring it on.
He is a tough kid, I'm telling you right now. But Hayden doing the right thing. He's not letting it get ugly. You know, Damian wants an ugly fight. Hayden wants a technical fight. Hayden doing a good job coming in and out, attacking that lead leg. Now, if you notice, Damian did a good job when Hayden didn't step off center line and he threw the kick. So if you notice now, Hayden is throwing those kicks, but he's stepping off line as he does it. Nice job returning.
Each guy has had their moments early on in this fight.
Yes, Hayden getting the over-under, back against the cage. Damian trying to grab a leg. And again, you know, Hayden's not going to kill him to the body, but at least he's going to make him think. And it's almost like a pattern interrupter, if you will. Oh, good job by Hayden reversing that. He's got Damian in front head. Oh, he's got that right arm trapped. Damian looks like he's in a little bit of pain.
Yeah, he looked
all right.
very uncomfortable, but he was able to get out.
Good job getting back to his feet. Tough guys, both of them.
And he loves it, too.
He does. Look at the blood. He loves it.
He's smiling.
Now, what I would say is if I was Hayden's coach, I'd tell him stop ducking your head and coming in. You know, he's doing better on the outside. You know, you can get hit with something coming in like that, an uppercut. Again, reptile brain. I'll kick, you kick.
I'll tell you, both guys seem surprisingly relaxed and kind of taking their time, and it could be
good shot by Damian. That took Hayden off guard. Wow. Excellent job. And again, that's showing Brian Bury Jiu-Jitsu right there. He did not have that skill before this.
And those were the things that you would be able to notice right away.
Yes, from his other fights. Oh, good job by Hayden. You see how aware he was and just reversed that? Now again, Hayden going to try to make it uncomfortable. He's in side control, look for that arm lock. He's got the neck. Can he turn it into a choke? He's looking, turn it. Oh, 10 seconds left. Is it too late?
Oh, he's going straight ground and pound now.
If he doesn't finish the fight, he definitely left something in the judges' minds.
Without a doubt.
Right now, I got to give that first round to Hayden Speckhardt.
That is 100. In my opinion, I mean, he finished the round strong. He landed clean strikes, had some ground control. I would say Hayden Speckhardt probably won that
And he
round.
controlled the cage. But again, Damian Carey, tough, tenacious kid. No quitting this guy.
Well, Damian seems to enjoy the combat. He's not going to disengage because he doesn't want to get hit. He's going to look for even more contact as we start this second round. I think he needs to come out and establish himself, Damian, establish himself early, that he can land the kinds of strikes that can do some damage as well.
I agree. He needs to make it an ugly fight. He needs to swarm, and he needs to mix his hands up, change levels, throw some uppercuts with those with those straight punches, especially if Hayden wants to duck his head in on that transition or that entry. You know, throw those uppercuts.
And right on cue, Hayden, not an ounce of sweat.
Just some of Damian's blood on him.
That's about it.
You know, nice and calm. Nels Larson there talking to him. Here we go. Ready to start round 2. Now, if you notice, Damian is going to have a tougher time breathing through his nose, which could cut down his conditioning. You can definitely tell he's doing some mouth breathing right now. All right, here we go to the center of the cage. Hayden feeling him out. Nice right hand by Hayden.
Oh, my.
Oh, nice leg kick. Oh, that's it.
And Damian is seeing stars.
He really is. That was a good stop by Dan Mergliata.
And credit Hayden because he knocked the opponent. He knew before he hit the ground he was out. He didn't try any excessive shots afterwards.
But at the same time, you could say you fight till the ref stops you. So I wouldn't have faulted him if he jumped on him because that's the name of the game.
That's a fair point.
And there are other referees that might not have stopped that.
That's a fair point. You put that in the hands of the judge at that point. I do agree. I do agree.
Dan Mergliata, one of the best of the best, knew instantly. Here we go, looking for it.
I mean,
Hayden
this was
doing a nice job, right hand. Left high kick. You know, we talked about that, Hayden being comfortable mixing those hands and those feet together with different kicks. Low kick, high kick, straight punch, uppercut. You know, I really just feel like his portfolio of skills is just a little bit broader.
Timing and precision, accuracy is everything. He was patient. He didn't exhaust any extra energy. It all seems kind of effortless for him.
He trains and trains and trains. You know, I mean, I had showed up after practice one night to work with Rich, and Hayden had already trained for 2 hours. And Rich and I are training. Comes over and says, "Can I train with you guys?" I said, "Sure, absolutely, bud." And he trained for another hour. You know, 3 hours straight, this kid.
I'd like to see one more replay. I'm curious to see if Damian was out before he hit the ground.
Well, it's not even about out. You'll see. So here we go. He's going to set it up with that right hand. Boom. And then left high kick.
That is just perfect placement.
Now, you see him. He hit him in the head, and as he went down, he just looked up at the sky.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an indicator for the ref. Like when your head comes back and you just look up, you're not even looking at the guy, you're kind of flash knockout.
That's a good job by the that was Dan
Great
Mergliata.
job by Dan Mergliata.
Good stoppage.
And again, that's one of those things, I mean, having the best of the best.
And he appears to be doing okay now. We're talking about Damian Carey. Seems to be doing okay. Back to smiling in the corner. And he'll be back. He's got a lot of heart.
There's no doubt he will be back.
He's got a lot of heart.
The coach is showing mutual respect for each team's fighter. Hayden Speckhardt showing the respect. Damian Carey all smiles, this kid. You cannot help but like this young man.
Well, so what does that tell you now about Hayden? You were waiting to see before you were going to assess the abilities.
I think Hayden's ready to step up his level of competition. I think that Hayden's ready to really take that next step. We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo for the official announcement.
We'll stop to the fight 9 seconds into round number 2. For your winner by way of knockout, Hayden Speckhardt.